What-if questions have long been a central theme of the Star Trek series. Alongside being interesting and enjoyable, it has also been a thought-provoking project. In order to further satisfy Trek fans, the writers go above and beyond on Star Trek Picard Season 3 Episode 6 by manipulating a number of variables to forge stunning analogies to contemporary events and double meanings that incorporate canonical references. They must first reassemble the band, though. A satisfying moment that reassures the audience that everything will be okay, because it always is when these three come together for a purpose, is when Worf joins Picard and Riker on the Titan. Worf makes it apparent that he has changed during their time away, despite Riker's best efforts to revert to old habits. He still shows respect, but he isn't laughing at his previous commander. He's also more honest than he ever dared be with Picard. In Star Trek Picard, Season 3 Episode 2, he revealed to Raffi that he had been improving himself. It's funny how this, more than anything they've encountered so far on their voyage, appears to make Riker lose his composure. When Riker teases him about the attack on Tribble, and, really, how fantastic was that? His tone is sarcastic, but he is sincere in his promise to save him following the failed Daystrom Station escape. Consider Daystrom Station, too, similar to a huge nest of Trek Easter eggs. Alternatively, Starfleet's Warehouse 13. The pinnacle of hoarding organizations is undoubtedly Section 31. A short glance reveals that they have hidden a Genesis device, a different James T. Kirk, as well as the toothy Tribble. Professor Moriarty, an AI created to outsmart Data himself, keeps an eye on everything and is exceedingly intelligent. Moriarty simply exists to serve as Data's antithesis. Therefore, it makes sense that Data will live on, and that the whistle key that unlocks the station's vault is made of Moriarty's memories, which serve as the foundation of Data's personality. Brent Spiner was rumored by fans to be coming back as Lore, so they were partly right. Alton Soong's return in the form of a video log recording to discuss the function of the Daystrom android M5-10 is a tasteful transition into what may be the cleverest example of side-eye commentary passed off as scientific preaching. In order to criticize those who want gatekeep the fandom and prohibit it from evolving, writer Christopher Monfett here weaponizes a well-known Trek feature of commenting on contemporary situations through a futuristic perspective. Soong's remark that evolution is not an act of preservation. Its addition emphasizes the 598 inclusivity of Trek that fans have embraced and appreciated for years. To be inclusive in a fandom, one must honor the canon that has already been created while also embracing all the changes and advancements that future iterations will bring. If a property like Trek is to endure, the characters must develop and adapt, technology must advance as it always has, and the messaging must change to reflect the times. There will never be a parent-child genetic match. They are made up of a singular mix of characteristics, traumas, and reactions. In a similar vein, a franchise's new series must provide something fresh, because doing so would make Trek a static entity incapable of growing and advancing. The real meaning of Trek will never be fully understood. My brain is just singing as it connects all of the tremendous layers of significance. Wow. Haters will still hate, and by accepting 598, we provide them the freedom to deprive themselves of the joy this franchise has to offer. If Jack and Sydney were to lead the hoped-for spin-off series, seeing them work their Lil Rascals magic with the cloaking gadget foreshadows some amusing antics. It makes perfect sense why Geordi was hesitant to join the Titan, who was on the run. Compared to Lieutenant Commander LaForge, Commodore LaForge is far more vulnerable. He has faith in his own worth and morals, much like Worf does. The urge to protect his girls outweighs his desire to assist Picard, so he refuses to back down. A lot of this is looking backwards. Moriarty may be neutralized with the help of Riker's recollections of his initial encounter with Data. Seven takes a time to reflect on what her first ship means to her while she questions Jack about starships. It's a melancholy occasion for them both because they both joined Starfleet after life had already taken its toll on them, and because they shared a desire for a family and a somewhere to call home. Worf also quickly and solemnly points out in his debriefing of the Changeling scheme that Starfleet adopted a needs-must policy when the going became tough during the Dominion War. Even more surprising for Trek fans is Beverly's discussion of Jack's early years. It rings tragically true in this situation that a mother's confidence in her child's well-being overrode her doctor's recommendations. With the episode beginning with Vadic's annoyance and finishing with her capture of Riker, this story has an elegant full-circle structure. I would bet gold-pressed Latin that the Deanna aboard the Shrike is a changeling because they were unable to forecast with any degree of accuracy which member of the away team they would catch. They only need the incredibly lifelike appearance of those people to force their hostage into speaking, unless, of course, they went around kidnapping everyone's loved ones. Deanna, Laris, Raffi's granddaughter. I'm hoping I'm right that Riker recognizes the solution as well. The most significant flashback of all is the discovery of Jean-Luc Picard's bones. After Picard's consciousness was implanted inside Alton Sung's golem, it was probably brought to the Federation from the synth planet. In all honesty, finding out the changelings took the body isn't as strange as finding out Section 31 kept it. I get completely why Picard wouldn't want to keep it around. But couldn't he have had it burned or something? I predict that as reality settles in and they try to figure out why the changelings want both his dead corpse and his son, he will ask this question, possibly even to himself. What inquiries are gnawing at your brains? What connection do you see between all of this and Frontier Day? With so many personalities present, how will M5-10 function? Will he be a liability or an asset? Shaw was very cute as he fangirled about having Commodore LaForge on his ship. Anyone else has the need to watch Star Trek 3 and IV again only to see Kirk and his crew riding around in that bird of prey. Quite a clever and quaint answer to the problem of having to blend in. I hope the video was entertaining. Flip the channel's bell icon to the subscribe position to see more of them. Leave a like as well to support the channel. Thank you for your consideration and time.